Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever Writing with Rick. No, we will not be reading anything tonight. I promise to do some type of writing on here with you guys because that is the point. Not only to read, but to produce our own writing. And so, nothing fancy tonight. I'm going to do a timed, just free write to give y'all, I don't talk about much about my own projects, but I have a larger, more extended piece of fiction that I've worked on for the last few years. But tonight, for this session, I just want to try to work on something new, something fresh, just whatever comes out. All I'm going to do is set a 10-minute timer, let whatever comes to me flow. I encourage y'all to join me. I'm going to try to just keep it going no matter what. Anytime that I stop, I'm just going to try to put something on the page. I'm not going to lie, I'm a slower writer, and I tend to be more, I tend to edit more while I do this, so this kind of practice can be hard for me. But it's something I've done with my students before, so I'm going to try to hold myself to the same standard I hold them to and just keep it flowing no matter what. Not worry about what's going down there. We can edit later. I encourage y'all to do the same, whatever you're doing, a poem, piece of fiction, thoughts, just join in. 10 minutes. Got my coffee ready. Cheers. First ever Writing with Rick. Thank you for joining. Comment. Let us know what you think. Subscribe. If you know someone who's a writer, tell them about us. Humble channel here, just trying to get a start. Without further ado, 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes. So, I don't know. I'm kind of debating whether I should share or not. I think I will share. Why not? It's YouTube. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what we're here for. I'm willing to put myself out there. I hope that some of you will be one day, once we get some subscribers on here, some people joining in on the fun. So I'll just read what I have. I don't know where this came from, but it's something. It turned out better than I thought. The only way was through as far as he could tell. He had peered around the edge of the bank for a path or a shallow place to hop across, but the river was unrelenting. The boy's only hope was to swim for it. He could hear the dogs gaining ground behind him. He could only hear their barks, but knew each one had teeth snapping sharply at the air, desperate for just a taste of him. He kicked off his boots and started to roll his pant legs up, but figured it was pointless. Time was all he had on his side now. Such petty worries had no place in this moment. He tried to slow his breathing. He could feel his heart thumping inside his sternum, and seemed only to need more air the harder he tried to calm himself. He finally just broke out into a half-sprint, half-leap into the swollen river. He plunged himself under the muddy brown water, and pieces of wood and debris swirled around him as he kicked and clawed with every last bit of strength he had left. He didn't know what lay on the other side, just that the dogs would be kept away for at least some time enough to keep some distance between him and the farm. He had been eyeballing Tim Wiseman's Husqvarna chainsaw all summer while he had worked for the old penny pincher. Tim had paid the boy $10 an hour to clear out some saplings and dead trees from a little clearing on his acreage. To be fair, $10 an hour wasn't half bad for a boy to piddle around in the woods some, but the summer was coming to an end, and he figured why not make the most of his time at the Wiseman's farm. He had slipped in over the hillside that Tim's house backed up against and tried to bust the lock off with a big rock. It didn't take long for a load of rock salt to part his bangs, and when he heard the Rottweilers start off, he knew it was time to cut bait and get. In his panic, though, he had got turned around and accidentally headed down towards the river. He was lucky it was a warm night and that the fall hadn't started to ease in yet. Even if he could get himself situated on the other side of the river fork, he knew it'd be quite a ways before he could hitch a ride or walk his way home. He'd be stuck. So that's what I came up with. I hope you guys join me. 10-minute free write, fun stuff. Kind of pleasantly satisfied with what I came out of here with. This is what we do. We turn nothing into something. Like I said, I hope that you are. I'm kind of putting myself out there with this, a little bit out of my comfort zone to just immediately share something like that. But share what you got, even if you just, share a little bit or give us a summary. Like I said, I'm trying to build a community here, trying to get people interested in writing. This is going to be my longest video yet, so I hope people bear with it if they do watch it. And I'm kind of torn about, maybe we'll do some more of these. I'm going to try to come up with some other creative ways to get everybody involved and hopefully get some people's creative juices flowing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for bearing with me and, being patient throughout this first ever Writing with Rick. We'll get it down pat. So y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. Love you. Thanks for joining. Peace.